Hello. Developing a new medicine is slow and expensive. It costs at least $2 billion and takes up to 20 years to go from the lab to the market. The process starts with the identification of a relevant target for a disease, and after that, the design of a molecule that hit that target. However, very often, that molecules hit multiple targets. For example, this molecule was used to treat angina. It didn't work well, but patients were suffering of a side effect. You know which one? Well, I'm talking about that kind of side effect. Many molecules have beneficial side effects. However, identify is not that obvious, like in this case. That's why in Galactica Biotech, we have developed a proprietary machine learning platform able to identify new applications for molecules. For example, molecules in development, molecules already in the market, or even analogs of the molecules that you have in your pipeline. What we do is we can predict the interaction between the ligand and the target. Imagine some sort of Tinder for drug discovery. Well, there are about 1,000 small, medium companies developing molecules in the European Union, and 200 universities also doing chemical research. And we can help them with our technology to identify new IP for their molecules. There are also companies using machine learning and artificial intelligence for drug discovery. However, they are pharmaceutical companies or software as a service. So how this works? Well, we sign an NDA with the partners, for example, small, medium enterprises and universities. We analyze their molecules, and we put only the results in the marketplace. We split some data so we don't compromise the IP of the partners. Later, large pharmaceutical companies pay an annual access fee to access this data. And if they find a molecule of interest, they pay an additional fee to transfer the molecule. Well, we have been developing multiple modules, and also we got the seed investment in 2017. We also get some cloud credits to run the platform. We have the partnerships, and we are looking for €500,000 for the next round on investment, and we expect to have the clients in 2020 and the first transfer also in 2020. I'm the CEO of Galactica Biotech. I have a PhD in computational chemistry. Javier has a PhD in data science, Alina in business, and Karen in systems biology. We expect to have a positive EBITDA by 2021 and generate a revenue of $2.5 million by 2023. Diseases affect the rich and the poor, the young and the old. But with this approach, we can join the efforts of SMEs, universities, and large pharma to fight them together, because we can teach old drugs new tricks. Thank you.
Thanks, Jorge. Questions?
Sorry. So thanks very much. So your business modeling based on the need that research centers or universities upload their information to your database, and then companies, pharma companies, go into your database as well. So you need both of them to come in to interact with you. Yeah, and how does that work? Who will pay for your services? The pharma company? Or?
The pharma pays an annual fee to access to this database of new interactions. And once they find something useful, we get another fee to transfer the IP from the partner, which is the SME or university, to the large pharma company. It's some sort of innovation marketplace, but in this case, it's not open. And it's a priori because we are generating the results before the pharma needs the answers.
Okay. I didn't get how do you actually protect the IP of your partners?
Well, we split the data. So what the pharma company have in the database is indications. They don't have access to the structure of the molecule. So with that mechanism, we are protecting the IP of the partners. So they don't have to patent, and they can delay this process as much as needed. When the pharma sees something of interest, we start this transferring process. We see if they'll all agree, and they start seeing the contracts. And at that point, the partner can start the patenting of the molecule. So it can be delayed, and they don't need to worry about the IP of the molecule, because they only see the indications and the characteristics of the molecule.
Okay, thank you.
when I saw these kind of business proposals, I saw like two strategies. One is based on structural matches or potential matches, and the other one is based on network analysis. What is your algorithm based on?
Well, the platform works with different modules. It goes from structural matches, but also we have a machine learning for fingerprints and descriptors. So this calculates the interactions of the molecule with the target, and also we can do cutoff values to different concentrations, for example, nanomolar, micromolar. So, and we rank that process. So you can, well, the pharma can use this as a browser, imagine as a Google. They want to see potential active molecules for a specific target. And they can select specific characteristics for the molecules, log P or other predicted indications. The other thing is that we also are feeding the database with new targets. So if they can go from target to ligand or from ligand to target.
But it's mostly based on structural characteristics.
No, not only structure-based and also ligand-based and sequence. Using UniProt and also PDB, but also fingerprints of this data from the proteins and the ligands. So we transform them in fingerprints and descriptors.
So maybe in short, you have some kind of Tinder for molecules, no? Some way?
Yes, exactly. It's a Tinder for molecules, but also the owner is there. So it's not just to connect the molecules, but also who has that molecule and who wants to buy that molecule.
Yeah, instead of sex, you have molecules. But well, at the end of the day, the problem is if there is enough demand on that. So have you been in touch with any pharma companies? You don't need to mention which one, but do you have any kind of contact or any kind of interest on that?
Well, I have talked to 3 of them. One of them is the CSO of a large pharma company in the UK. In fact, well, Javier is working part-time in the company and also part-time in the General Medical Council in the UK. And they see they have never seen this type of business model. So it's some sort of semi-open innovation a priori. There are other platforms when you, as a pharma, you go and say, I want to find a molecule for this target. So they launch the challenge, people put the answer. In this case, it's the other way around based on artificial intelligence. And yes, there are 2 that they are very interesting because it's different.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.